PC time. Let's go. Oh, they always have a fucking 8,000 minute intro, don't they? Here we go, here we go. Yeah, Tony. Make sure it's Tony. Wait, show starts in 20? Oh, fucking hell.
There is a community that I am a part of.
You're unique. Do you not like anyone else?
What the hell is this?
I'm on a call with my friend, not responding anymore.
He's breathing really hard. You know he just had a seizure.
I built an arcade in my basement. This is my home.
You're in a whole different world.
Who cares what size you are, what gender you are?
I'm finally done gluing all the details on the sword.
The fans definitely go crazy when they see this card.
That's pretty sick though, the Warthog. Some of that was a bit yikes, but some of that was also cool. The fuck is this? Fucking Breaking Bad, dude, in the middle of the desert. Fucking Ad Central, dude. Ad fucking Central, huh? What the fuck am I watching, man? Why can't you be like PlayStation? Just fucking get to it. Show game after game. What is this? Oh, the meme, dude. Oh my god, the meme.
The PC Gaming Show. For the next 2 hours, we'll show you new footage and announcements for more than 40 games, including the next game from Dean Hall, the creator of DayZ, the world-exclusive debut of gameplay footage for Evil Genius 2, Ruthless Combat in Mortal Shell, Everspace 2, epic battles in A Total War Saga, Troy, Torchlight 3,
okay, Torchlight.
The next chapter of Elite Dangerous Mafia Definitive Edition. A look at New World, Amazon's upcoming open world MMO.
Why hello there, PC Gaming Show. This is Greg Miller, just borrowing your broadcast for a moment to say that later on, I'll be dropping in again to reveal one of my favorite franchises that's coming to PC for the first time ever. If you can name this tune, maybe you'll recognize what it is. See you later in the show.
And now
I'm guessing that's
PC
Persona,
Gaming Show hosts
because Persona hit Steam today.
Frankie Ward.
Well, the other day, I think. I think it was yesterday, actually.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to the 2020 PC Gaming Show. I am one of your hosts today, Sean Day9 Plot, and I'm delighted to have you wherever you may be tuning in, Twitch or YouTube or Twitter. Welcome to our 6th annual event where we have over 2 hours of content 50 plus games we're going to be looking at in the form of reveals, trailers, interviews that we've recorded in the last several weeks. Before we get into that though, I want to take a moment to address the ongoing situation in America. While we're glad to be showing you some games today, there are many, many more people fighting for something far, far more important: the struggle against police violence and the systemic oppression of Black Americans. I and everyone who works on the PC Gaming Show each year, we know that Black lives matter, and this is not a fight that we are willing to stand on the sidelines for. So what can we all do? There's a great many organizations that deserve support right now, and one of them is the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund at naacpldf.org. If you want to support this and get some great games in the process, hundreds of developers have joined together at itch.io to create the Bundle for Racial Justice and Equality. It's a pay
That's pretty cool
for the bundle, and 100% of the proceeds go to the NAACP fund.
So it's a bit like a humble bundle kind of deal going on, huh? I like that.
There's a lot more resources and information we'd like to
Good
share.
incentive.
So PC Gamer has created an ongoing list of ways that you can get involved in supporting protesters. That's at pcgamer.com/Black Lives Matter. Okay, we're going to begin the reveals in a moment, but this wouldn't be a PC Gaming Show without my dear friend and co-host Frankie Ward joining us from the other side of the internet. Welcome, Frankie, and why don't you say hello?
Hello, Sean, and hello to everyone watching around the world. We're really excited to be with you again, and Sean, I've prepared a veritable smorgasbord of PC gaming interviews, trailers, and announcements. This year's show features the most games we've ever presented, so grab your beverage of choice, because it's go time.
Sure, should have got a coffee. Fuck.
Thanks, Frankie. And I gotta say, your apartment looks quite a bit more like a music video than mine does. Maybe I should have sprung for better lighting. Either way, it's time for the PC Gaming Show. And as I said earlier, 50 plus games. We've been talking to the developers, interviewing them for weeks now. And though it looks kind of empty here, I'm not alone. My beautiful assistant and good buddy DevBot. You may have seen him making his way over here. He is awaiting us. So let's go join him and get the show started.
Fucking day 9, dude.
All right, DevBot, what do we have for this year's PC Gaming Show?
I've downloaded 50 game trailers and 10 interviews, Sean, along with a full report of the most secret gaming layer-friendly dogs, per your request. Australian Shepherds rank 4th among all dog breeds.
Oh, well, excellent. Well, what should we play first then?
Scanning. Processing. My readings indicate that the audience would like to see Vikings.
Well, that sounds great. Then let's kick it off with Valheim, a Viking survival game where you'll fight monsters, craft weapons, build and sail ships on an open ocean, all while exploring a procedurally
Didn't hear about this.
generated landscape. Show me the game, DevBot.
Oh, procedurally generated. Okay, Vikings, procedurally generated. Oh, looks a bit garbage there, boys. Is this a meme or is this just the art style? It's the art style, I guess, yeah. Hey, I shouldn't be shitting on the art style, dude. If it plays well, it plays well. That's what matters the most. It's pretty sick. It's like a dungeon kind of crawler as well. Kind of gives me like a... It's obviously a bit Minecrafty, but it's got a lot of the forest vibe, but obviously without the weird creepy monsters everywhere. That's pretty fucking cool. Gee, that's pretty sick. I like the music. I'll have to keep an eye on that. I hope it's not like a fucking fully fledged, like full price game or anything, because
and it's just about to come out.
it's like $20. It might be worth getting with some mates and stuff.
It's a game that features farming, creature collection, dance battles, and bears wearing pants sounds like your cup of tea. Then it's time to put the kettle on and enjoy some ooblets.
Ah, yes. I hope the whole thing isn't like this. Probably the thing I'm interested in the most at the moment is Mortal Shell, just because it's like a Souls-like game. But I've heard some stuff about it. People saying like the atmosphere and everything looks cool in the setting, but it's the gameplay that looks a bit clunky. So we'll have to see.
Sean, I've selected the next game for the PC Gaming Show.
Well, great. What do you got, DevBot?
The game is Torchlight 3. A cherished action RPG franchise
Oh, Torchlight.
that features a number of original playable classes.
DevBot, you wouldn't have chosen this game because in Torchlight 3 you can play as a steam-powered robot, would you?
My game selections are entirely objective and determined by an algorithm that shows the audience only what it wants to see.
Show me the algorithm, DevBot.
The algorithm is proprietary.
Okay, well, let's play the Torchlight 3 trailer, and when we're done, I want to talk to one of the Torchlight 3 devs.
I heard somewhere that this is going to be free to play. Like, kind of like Path of Exile-y. I think they were trying to go for that sort of... Which could be interesting.
World of magic and mystery.
Lucky!
Will you choose fame? Will you choose fortune?
The robot does look cool.
Or the future of the frontier?
Torchlight 2 was pretty fun when I played with my friends.
Explore remote, perilous realms. Battle hordes of ancient, powerful enemies. Unite with others to claim your fame and glory. Torchlight 3. Your legend awaits.
Shoot with that coffee.
Oh, DevBot, please connect me with one of those developers.
You got it, Sean.
Joining me today to talk about Torchlight 3 is Max Schaefer. Max, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Now, Max, Torchlight 2's story began with the alchemist from the original Torchlight becoming corrupted and evil. How does Torchlight 3's story tie into the first two?
Well, we're in the same world, obviously. We're about a century later now, though, and the Empire
century? Wow.
Yes, the Empire is in decline, and they've gotten a little lazy, a little comfortable, and a new threat looms on the horizon. So once again, the adventurers will have to battle the Netherim.
I get the llamas and stuff still. That's pretty cool. You get to choose like your familiar that follows you.
Torchlight 3. How does it compare to the previous editions?
Well, we've expanded quite a bit. Now, first, anyone who's played Torchlight 1 and Torchlight 2 will be comfortable with the mechanics and how to play it and all. But we've expanded and let players make their own mark in the world itself. Like, you get a customized fort that you can decorate, that you can build things in. You can do things that benefit your whole account, and you can put things in there that are useful to other players. And other players will see your fort randomly out in the world.
I want to ask a little bit about the classes, because if you're an action RPG player, you may recognize something like a knight or a mage. But in Torchlight 3, we got the steam-powered robots. We have the rail master that can summon trains. Talk to me about not just what some of the classes that players can expect are, but how you even come up with this glorious stuff.
Well, I think that you know, we've always wanted to avoid going like right down Main Street with our character classes and try to do something interesting.
Oh, that's cool. I respect that. Because otherwise you just become like another Diablo. You're always going to get compared to Diablo.
Kind of an intuitive sense of what they do. And so we've applied that here. We've got some really fun characters, like you said, the fully robotic, steam-powered robot, and a guy that summons trains. But we've also got some other cool classes too, a sharpshooter and a dusk mage. And you know, honestly, they all have new twists, and they're all pretty fun to play.
In terms of the game world itself, how like specifically do the forts get integrated? Like, what does it mean to stumble across someone else's fort as you're going through the world?
Well, between our gameplay levels, we have passages, and when you enter the passage, there will often be a waypoint there, but there will also be someone else's fort. So you will see some random person from the world's fort, and they will in turn see occasionally randomly your own fort. And it's definitely worth exploring their fort, because you can not only use things like the luck tree, but you can use their enchanting table and whatever recipes they've unlocked to enchant your own items. So it's really worthwhile.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Check them out.
Now, pets were a big part of the early.
I was kind of worried it was going to be like a bit like WoW Garrisons. Fucking what a shit show, dude! WoW Garrisons.
The pet system, it does all the things you want. It fights alongside you. It sells, goes and takes your items back to town to sell.
That's good. I like that feature.
Mechanic. So you can find pets out in the wild by defeating bosses.
Ah, okay. So you unlock different skins and stuff?
That you, of course, keep in your fort.
Now, Max, I know that the Torchlight series has an enormous fan base. For those who are looking to get their hands on Torchlight 3, where can they go and when can they play it?
Well, I'm very, very happy to announce that we are available on Steam right now in early access for $29.99. Go check it out. It's available right this minute.
This is the best kind of answer in the PC gaming show. You can get it now. Once again, Max Schaefer from the Torchlight 3 team, thank you so much for joining us.
So it's not free to play. I thought it was going to be free to play.
Right now to get your hands on the early access version of Torchlight 3. We're just getting started here on the PC gaming show. Let's take a look at what's coming up next.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show. Coming up later, an exclusive look at the next game from DayZ creator Dean Hall, Blanco's Block Party, the first reveal of Sound Mind, and more. Back to you, Sean.
That game looks kind of interesting.
Well, hey everyone, I hope you're
back to you, Sean. Back to you, Sean.
I am, and I know you want to tell me how much fun you're having, but don't shout. The walls are very thick in here. I can see you though if you use the PC Gaming Show hashtag on Twitter or Facebook, or the PC Gamer forums, or a Ouija board, or a Messenger Falcon, whatever is your desired form of communication. I'm sure you've been seeing many of those comments show up live in the show today. And we want your hottest 280 character take that our merry moderators might just select to be on the show. For our next segment, it's time to head on over to Frankie Ward.
Elite Dangerous, the space simulation MMO from Frontier, has continued to evolve over the past 5 years. Set in a one-to-one recreation of our actual Milky Way galaxy, players forge their own path, build and break alliances, trade, fight, and earn the rank of Elite. Join us as we journey into the next era of Elite Dangerous, set to take a giant leap once more.
Pre-alpha in-engine footage, okay. This seems kind of cool so far.
Joining me to talk about the next chapter of Elite Dangerous is Piers Jackson from Frontier Developments. Thanks so much for joining us, Piers.
Oh, you're welcome. It's good to be here.
Now, I have a lot of questions about the trailer we just saw, but I'm wondering if you can contextualize a little bit for those who haven't played Elite Dangerous. What is it?
So I think the best way of explaining what Elite Dangerous is to understand how big it is. We have created a title that's the most complete, authentic space simulation of any game out there, and it's just vast. It's the whole galaxy. You can explore it. You can take your own path. You can be a pilot, a trader, a bounty hunter. You can do what you want. You can go where you want, and you can do your own thing. And it's that sort of freedom and the ability for people to tell their own story that I think makes Elite what it actually is.
Now, in all the streams that I've been following for Elite Dangerous, there's a lot of gameplay that happens in ships. There's a lot of focus on the economy and trading. In this trailer, though, we saw feet on the ground, which immediately makes me ask, what is it that we should expect? What should we glean from the trailer?
Oh, I think you've hit a nail on the head. Ultimately, the big new feature that we're looking to release here is the fact that you can now, for the very first time, set foot on our planets. We've created the last edition, really, in terms of going from space all the way down to the planet's surface. So now you can set foot, you can explore.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes these big, ambitious games kind of just fall flat. They don't do anything well. They try and do too much.
And the idea of forging your own path and creating your own experience that the space game has, and we've transposed that right down onto the planet. For the first time, you'll be able to access a whole pile of new planets, all ones with tenuous atmospheres, and obviously you're going to be able to play this in multiplayer, so you'll be able to join up with your friends. You can experience the game from the ship, from an SRV, and finally from on foot.
In what way will this ground, walking on the planet component transform the existing aspects of Elite Dangerous?
I think it gives people a new set of experiences to have. We link all the way from ground to the buggies, the SRVs, all the way up to the spaceships, so that it becomes a holistic event. The design actually encapsulates the whole experience.
In terms of some of the other systems that are on the planets, or various resources or points of interest, what are some of those that might tie back to some of the gameplay that someone would be familiar with?
So we have new planets that you can visit. You can visit old planets, and we have refreshed the visuals on them, so you can really set foot and be the first to actually make footfall on a new planet.
Now, Piers,
all the tweets are like all Torchlight 3, it looks like.
Elite Dangerous is
Everyone's game to like Torchlight 3.
Where can players go to play Elite Dangerous, and when can they expect the Odyssey update?
So you can join in with our community now, playing Elite Dangerous. Download it via Steam, or go to the Frontier store, or purchase it on console. We have many people playing it. In terms of Odyssey, you can expect to see that next year.
I hope you all enjoyed that conversation about Elite Dangerous. It's a treat to see the way the game is continuing to evolve. For our next title, we're going to be...
Sean, I'm sorry to interrupt, but our broadcast is being hijacked by another host.
Not again.
It's got 11,000 people playing it.
It's me, Greg Miller. Maybe you saw me host the Guerrilla Collective live stream earlier today. No, I didn't watch. Okay, well, that sucks. I'll give the PC Gaming Show back to its usual host in a moment, but I couldn't let anyone else announce this next trailer, which is a game near and dear to my heart. Let's take a look.
Yeah, Persona 4. It's the JRPG, I'm pretty sure, Persona. I've heard good stuff about it, but I don't know. I'm not really a big JRPG fan.
Persona 4 Golden is available now on Steam. If you haven't played this, now you have no excuse. Persona 4 Golden is a masterpiece, ladies and gentlemen. The story, the action, the characters, this is something you have to go get right now. It's been awesome to see Atlas Games make their way onto the PC. I'm glad this one is finally here. Anyway, I better hand the show back over to Sean before he gets mad at me. See you later, PC gamers.
Well, that was weird. I thought this live stream was supposed to be secure.
I'm analyzing the security breach now, Sean. I'm not sure what could have happened.
Dude, what the? It's like fucking...
Well, all right then. While we get this sorted out, let's head on over to Frankie.
Our next trailer reveals an all-new psychological horror game coming to PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X early next year. In Sound Mind will challenge your expectations as it ushers you through the deepest corners of your psyche. It sounds like every night before I go to sleep, honestly. The game also features a chilling original soundtrack by The Living Tombstone. Courtesy of indie outfit We Create Stuff and publisher Modus Games, let's take a look at In Sound Mind.
Oh, nice. Creepy games, boys. Creepy games. Let's go.
They say fear is just a state of mind. A locked door that traps you inside it. But once you find the key to your terror,
Ooh.
fear will no longer exist.
Looks interesting.
What a bunch of bullshit.
Have to keep an eye on this one. Looks alright, looks creepy.
Hey everyone, I'm Ido, producer at We Create Stuff.
Hey, I'm Gen, creative director.
Hey, Tombstone here. We're the developers who brought you Nightmare House 2, and now we're back. We've partnered with Modus Games and The Living Tombstone, and we're working on a new indie horror game, In Sound Mind.
Demo is now out on Steam. Let us know what you think.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So hey, DevBot,
Seem cool.
How did you get here today anyways?
Well, Sean, my sleep state was interrupted when I realized I was late to this year's PC gaming show. So naturally, I panicked. I had to improvise about how to reach our undisclosed broadcasting location before you began the show. I tried some back roads in the desert. I am not an all-terrain vehicle, it was discovered. I tried to hitchhike. But ever since the 1991 documentary Terminator 2, no one in Los Angeles trusts robots. At that point, I was already right outside our secret location.
Cool. Hey, let's take a look at our next trailer.
Airborne Kingdom, loading.
Dude, no one's here for the comedy, man. Just show the fucking games, dude. Show us the games. Show us the games. Oh, so tired. The fucking Prince of Persia? What is this? Airborne Kingdom.
You might be surprised to know that I enjoy real-time strategy games, and that's why I'm excited for our next trailer. It's Dwarfheim, a cooperative RTS, where up to 3 players can split up the work of building, mining, and fighting, working together to build defenses, machinery, and traps, train armies to fend off deadly trolls and rival clans. The Dwarfheim demo is live right now on Steam. Let's see what the game is all about.
Ever since the fall, dwarven clans live scattered across Agartha. They toil every day in the dark and dirt.
A cooperative RTS. Interesting.
They have from rival clans. and the vile creatures that roam these lands. Your clan needs you now.
Seems a bit wonk.
To lead your people. Choose your classes, guide your builders and miners to expand your kingdom. Or take up arms with your warriors to protect our town halls and conquer your enemies. Bring us to victory! Bring us to Dwarfheim!
Okay.
Thanks, Sean. And now let's take a look at the lineup of games and game updates coming from indie publisher New Blood Interactive.
New Blood. Okay, Doom, basically. It's basically Doom. Dusk. Is this an old game, or is it just made to look like an old game? What the fuck? RTX? It looks like it could be fun. I think it's meant to, I'm pretty sure it doesn't look like a remaster, it just looks like a old game, like a old style graphics. 16 player call? Nice. Ah, free to play. Yeah, retro shooter. Nice. Seems alright. I don't know if I'll play it, but...
That's quite a lineup from New Blood, and with us now is the New Blood CEO, Dave Oshry, to talk about it. Dave, what the hell was that all about?
Yeah, so we got a lot going on, right? I mean, some guys come out here, they show like some cinematic trailer and then tell you it's coming out in a year. We got 6 games and you can play all of them
right now.
We couldn't afford to do a cinematic trailer if we wanted to, right? So yeah, Dusk, now with mods, check them out at duskmods.com. There's all kinds of crazy a Medieval, now with RTX, DLSS 2.0.
Oh, it's the different games.
New levels are coming, new features, new guns. Unfortunate Spaceman is now completely free to play. F it, why not? Check that one out. 16-player co-op. It's crazy. It's like the thing.
I see.
Faith, of course. If you don't know about Faith.
Now you know.
Ultra Kill, our new retro shooter with style. If you like games like Devil May Cry and Quake, that's what that's about. And then of course Gloomwood. If you like games like Thief, System Shock, Resident Evil, then I think Gloomwood is definitely the game for you.
Where can we
So they just specialize in retro games.
Check out Dusk at notfortnite.com, a Medieval at I can't believe it's not hexen.com, Maximum Action at shootyboom.com, Unfortunate Spaceman at deaderspace.com, that's deaderspace.com, Faith at
Dead Space.
Ultra Kill at devilmayquake.com, and then of course Gloomwood at thiefwithguns.com. Yeah, that's all we got. 6 games, you can play them all right f***ing now. We love you.
And we hate money.
Thanks, Dave. Let's see what Frankie has for
That's
us
a
now.
pretty good pitch. I gotta give him that.
Thank you, Sean. Now tell me, PC gamers, have you ever wanted to rewrite history? Not your browser history, that's easy and absolutely vital, but how about something grander? Like discovering
True, pretty true.
mastering flight, or inventing the computer a couple of 100 years earlier. Humankind is an upcoming historical strategy game where you'll be combining up to 60 different
So many strategy
cultures to
games, it
create
seems
a
like.
civilization that's as unique as you are. And as with all of their previous titles, Amplitude is asking the community to participate in the development of Humankind to help make it the best game that it can be. Let's see how they're inviting PC gamers to help build this worldly game.
Sega. So it's like a hex-based RTS. Very Civ-like.
Well, you heard the trailer. You need to go to opendev.gamestogether.com so you can be one of the very first humans to get your hands on Humankind, Amplitude Studios' upcoming historical strategy game. And now for something a little different, why don't you join me in my chambers? Come on. Come on. Of all the subcultures and communities that make up PC gaming, modders have arguably had the biggest impact. My next guest is Dean Hall, a designer who started out as a modder and eventually helped lay the foundation for two of the most popular genres on PC, survival and battle royale. Let's take a look at the next game from Rocketworks revealed here on the PC Gaming Show. It's Icarus.
Oh, it's the H1Z1 guy? Seems very the foresty. Looks kind of scuffed though. Monkey ass. Yeah, it looks very foresty. I don't know how I feel about that.
Joining me to talk about Icarus is Dean Hall. Dean, thanks so much for joining us.
Awesome, it's great to be here.
So, Dean, you're making another survival-focused game. What makes Icarus different from other survival titles?
Well, I think if you think about your first hour in DayZ, your first hour in Minecraft, really what we're trying to do is capture that and then basically build
New Zealand.
a game where you can do that over a long
Dude, he's
period of
fucking Mike
time,
Scuff though.
and you can progress through the survival experience. So it was really getting back to the roots of what a survival game is and what
Oh, I think they
makes
fixed that.
those moments that you get in them really intense and emotional.
If you can just walk me through like the basic loop. If I just open up the game, do I start out on the ship itself?
If you think about the orbital station as your apartment in GTA, you can invite your friends in and prepare for what we call a drop. And then you select a prospect. And the big challenge of the game And the way to fail it, I guess, is to run out of time on the drop.
Let's say I'm on a 30-minute mission. I have a particular resource I've set out to snatch up. How does the gameplay of that 30-minute period differ from other survival games?
I suppose there were 3 key things that I felt needed to be addressed before I made another survival game. The first was the ability to scale. By breaking your experience over months and years into sessions, that allowed us to address scale. So you still can do all the things that you do in a normal survival game, building bridges, roads, all those kinds of things. But you're doing it with a medium-term focus. The second was pacing and clear direction, which is helped very much by the structure that we're putting around the session. And the last one is really focusing in on those core survival mechanics, which I really feel is the whole reason that survival as a genre connects so emotionally with players.
I guess I was a little surprised to hear that there are 20-minute drops as well as multi-day drops. What are the sort of time ranges we're looking at? Are there different categories and tiers of drop length?
Yeah, so it really depends on your level as you progress through the game. So early on, we're really just introducing you to more safe environments. So say a daytime drop that only lasts 20 minutes. You're only going to be facing the game during the day. As you progress on, you can take on and get access to prospects that have much longer drop windows, but that means you're getting a cycle of day-night. And night, particularly for most of our biomes, is definitely the most dangerous.
I want to ask a little bit about what
Interesting.
failure means in Icarus.
Interesting.
In the trailer, there was someone that fell down and you just...
I'm not sure how I feel about this game. It looks a bit clunky. Like,
what happens if you
just by looking at the
don't
gameplay.
make it back to the ship in time, die on the planet? What happens?
If you think about DayZ, when you get shot, it's a very binary event that happens and there's nothing you can do, it's just over. And there's a certain charm to that.
Everything's gone.
Yeah, there's a certain charm to that. But I think if we look about...
charm. I like your use of the word charm there, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, there definitely is. But I think with Icarus, we've chosen one failure state. If you run out of time on your drop, that character and all its equipment is gone.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make that terrifying. And that's why our tagline is, there are worse fates than death. So it's getting left behind. If you miss your rendezvous window with the orbital station, then that's it. Everything that you've deployed on there, your character and all that progression of that character and all that equipment is just gone. And that's our one failure state. If you run out of oxygen, someone can come and revive you. If you get attacked by this particular animal and damaged, someone can heal you. But if you run out of time, it's over.
I'm curious, I mean, there's so many elements. There's so much ambition. I know there's a lot of PC gamers that maybe feel like you abandoned DayZ, other projects. What do you have to reassure those people that you're committed to Icarus?
Well, I think a big thing for me is you know, Bohemia was an existing company and I definitely felt like I was pulling them in a direction that was hard for them to go, and they probably felt like they were pulling me in a direction that I didn't want to go. And it's really been a bit of a struggle for me to develop and not only the studio but myself as well. There was a whole bunch of things I had to learn. I had to learn many of those things through failure. The solution there was to make sure it wasn't just a Dean Hall game, but it was a game built by incredibly skilled people. And we managed to assemble, I think, definitely one of the best teams I've ever worked with, an exceptional concept team through to a technical and production team as well.
Well, I know there's a ton of people that are interested in my very next question, my favorite question. When can people get the opportunity to play Icarus?
That is a good question. So we're looking at sometime next year. Our development is very advanced at this point. Our biggest question really is content. So, you know, we're making the game free to play because we wanted to maximize the number of people that play it. And we're acutely aware...
Free to play, I guess, which is cool.
Former staff are ex-Grinding Gear Games who made Path of Exile. Very talented in the free-to-play area. So we're very cognizant of how much content we need to provide gamers. So at the moment, we're really sort of heading into that.
Well, Dean, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Awesome.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Dean Hall
Free to play.
from Rocket Works for the upcoming survival game.
Well, we'll see, boys. We'll see. Maybe
next
worth
game,
giving it a shot at least sometime.
When you're an evil supervillain, it's important to have your own sense of style. What? Evil Cat Psychics are so 2019. Evil Genius 2 asks players the question, how would you design a supervillain?
Why they have to make it so yikes, dude? Just show me the content, man.
Home appliances RGB lighting.
Boys, I'm actually tempted to start skipping, honestly.
Of Evil Genius 2, World Domination.
Alright. I'm gonna start skipping segments, boys. I know this game has a couple of fans. This is pretty cool. It's kind of oxygen not included-ish. Cool. What the fuck is going on? This game looks like it could be fun, actually. Actually, looks really sick. Okay, cool. I actually didn't mind that. Looked pretty cool.
We are about to see the first official gameplay footage for Godfall on PC. Counterplay Games is going to give us a guided tour of the battle for Aperion, and keen observers will notice that this is running.
This is the other one, the free-to-play God game.
That's why those shiny sets of armor look oh so gorgeous. You can go on over to the Epic Games Store and wishlist it now, or get more information on Godfall before it releases this holiday season. But for now, let's take a look.
Hello, my name is Keith Lee, and I am the game director for Godfall. On behalf of Counterplay
Does
Games,
look nice, though.
We are very excited to share gameplay with you today, and to offer you
That's Unreal Engine for you, dude.
into the mystical world of Godfall. Please enjoy. Godfall is still in development, so some things will change and improve in the final product, including visuals and performance. Godfall is set in a brand new high fantasy universe filled with heroic knights, arcane magic, and forbidden realms.
Does look
The world
nice.
is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water, air, and fire. You play a
Avatar.
loyal knight, a godlike warrior able to equip valor plates, the legendary armor sets that transform you into unstoppable masters of melee combat. As you adventure through the realms, you'll get to tear through enemies to challenge a mad god who awaits
Looks
you
good.
at the top.
The combat looks punchy. I like
Throughout
that.
your journey, you'll find ancient valor plates lost in time, each with their own characteristics and long history. Now,
So
let's
the
talk
armor
about
sets are like
gameplay
your
in Godfall.
talent trees almost? They're the ones that like kind of make you
Our team
unique?
wanted to do something different. We wanted to combine action RPG loot progression with third-person melee combat to create what we think is a whole new genre, the looter slasher. Our game is
Looter
therefore
slasher, dude.
one part gear-driven and one part player skill-driven. In other words, not only do we want you to find exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits, but we also want you to have that feeling
of accomplishment for mastering
Combat looks
the wide
satisfying.
set of combat mechanics available to you in Godfall. What you're looking at now is a mid-boss fight, a tougher challenge which we'll have to leave for another day. Please check out the Godfall channels on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you so much for taking a look at Godfall, and we'll be showing you more soon.
Now next up, when PC gamers
Interesting.
think of iconic first-person shooters, they think of games like Doom, Quake, and Duke Nukem. Our next trailer shows a project that celebrates the proud heritage of sci-fi FPSs while taking advantage of some very modern
Sci-fi
visual
FPS.
effects, like glorious enemy dismemberment. From Bounding Box Software and Humble Publishing, this is Proteus.
Very Doom looking. Interesting. It's like 3D, but also like retro. Looks pretty cool. Never been the biggest fan of like games like that though. I just find them kind of boring after a little bit. So I don't know. It's probably not my type of jam, but Fae Tactics. Skip! I'm skipping this, sorry guys, I have to. I can't do this. No, I'm skipping that as well.
Security. Have you upgraded?
Oh, more
I'm
this.
just kidding. Just kidding. It's me, Joe Coogan, and I can take over this broadcast because I do what I want. Look, you know, Command and Conquer has been a major part of your life.
Oh, it's Kane.
Certainly been a big part
Pretty
of
sure it's
mine.
Kane, isn't it? Command
Command
Conquer?
and Conquer Remastered Collection recently launched for PC, and it is an awesome way to relive this classic game with a bunch of new bells and whistles. I mean, who doesn't like 4K graphics?
I feel like this will have a bit of a scene to it.
Multiplayer or modding, am I right? I personally want to send a big shout out to all you PC gamers who have kept the legacy of Kane alive over these last 25
Yeah, it
years.
is.
I mean, I live in death, I guess. Thanks for letting me interrupt, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show. For the glory of Nod!
Tell me, PC gamers, do you have any rare action figures? Perhaps you're one of the lucky owners of an out-of-print collectible, something you'd never trade away in a million years. Our next game is a celebration of toys and art. On its surface, a game about collecting, customizing, and trading, but it's also a highly social playground for creativity, one where you can make your own levels and gather with your friends to hang out, play mini-games, and create together. This is Blanco's Block Party.
Legend tells of a place where everyone comes together to play and dance and race and shoot and jump and fly with jetpacks, I mean bat wings, and there's lava and a
Yeah, I can't. Not sorry, not being.
Whether it's something no one's seen yet, but absolutely that we're definitely thinking.
Atmospheres of planets themselves.
Let's try this one.
Here's Everspace 2.
A lot of space games. New Friday night drinking game? I don't know, dude. If it's free, maybe. But it looks a bit too kiddie, dude. It doesn't look like... This game looks alright. Eh. It looks cool, but I wouldn't play it, I don't think. I don't know, space games kind of depends a lot with space games like that. They don't really do too much for me. I'm more of a fantasy guy. What the fuck? What the fuck am I watching, dude? Jesus fucking Christ.
PC gamers, I'm sure you'll agree. If a horse shows up at your door and you don't remember ordering a horse, it's probably best to keep the door shut. One of the coolest things about a Total War Saga Troy, the next game from Creative Assembly, is that it will enable players to experience multiple different versions of how the iconic battle went down, including several explanations for what that mythical horse actually was. I'll get the door.
Dude, I just want to see the fucking content, man.
Peggy 16.
If I see one more skit, dude, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
Response to Queen Helen's abduction, and that is war.
In Total War Saga Troy, you can rewrite the events of one of the greatest conflicts ever told, the Trojan War. As Odysseus besieged the legendary city of Troy in 3 ingenious and equally devastating ways, all based around prominent theories from throughout the ages as to what the iconic Trojan horse really resembled.
The walls of this city may appear to be mighty, but no defenses are impregnable.
Using gargantuan siege towers, take the fight to the walls. Slaughter the Trojans atop and force them back into their pitiful city.
This looks alright.
The enemy are unaware of your presence. Position your troops to retain your advantage once the attack begins.
Sneak troops into the city in a vast, horse-headed vessel fit for the gods. Under the cloak of darkness, use guerrilla tactics to sabotage the unbreachable city gates, leaving the Trojan warriors.
Looks kind of Total War-y.
Allowing the Achaean soldiers
with the arrows and stuff.
razing the city to the ground.
Their walls have been breached.
Even the greatest defenses cannot stand against nature's might. In a land ravaged by earthquakes, patience is rewarded. Send your troops forward. Troy is yours for the taking. Myth meets history in a war that will define the ages. Experience the legend of Troy this summer.
Victory will make you immortal.
That was a Total War Saga Troy, which we'll get to play in 2021. And hey, speaking of
oh wait, Total War. It is a Total War game. Fucking potato.
Master of segue. This year we've teamed up with Intel.
I was gonna say, I'm like, it looks very Total War-y. It says Troy, a Total War Saga. Okay.
Found in the game. DevBot. I understand you know your way around a computer, right?
Because I'm so used to there being like Total War, then the name of the game.
Soft spot for Bronze Age computers.
Well, great. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit more?
Can do, Sean. Behold, PC gamers. This build is centered around Intel's CPU, the 10th gen Intel Core i9-10900K processor.
AKA Space Heater.
CPU is built for maximum gaming performance and overclocking, especially useful in epic strategy games like a Total War Saga Troy. The build also features a top-of-the-line GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. Also on the
I do like the gold trim though.
Spacious 4 terabytes of fast storage and 128 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. The unit is powered by a platinum certified Corsair 1200 watt power supply, and temperatures are kept at a nominal level thanks to 9 RGB fans running alongside liquid cooling. The copper tubing is not only effective at heat conduction, but, according to my readings, aesthetically pleasing. Is this what you humans call love?
PCs are more than specs, they're a passion. When we build a PC, we form a relationship with that piece of hardware. We wanted to show you every step of that process. For this build, we enlisted a master craftsman, Brian Carter, a PC modder with over a decade and a half of experience. PC Gamer and Intel have created a 4-part series following Brian as he created this epic.
That's pretty cool.
DevBot, cue it up.
Hey, my name is Brian Carter, and I've been building custom PC mods for over 16 years. I'm working with Intel and a Total War Saga Troy on a very special custom PC project that we're thrilled to debut at the PC Gaming Show. Join me in a 4-part video series as I take you through each stage of the scratch build process.
That's sick. He even makes like the shield and helmet and everything.
We figure out
That's
how to
awesome.
take the amazing design assets from a Total War Saga Troy and functionalize them to house our best-in-class components, like the 10th gen Intel Core i9-10900K processor.
Sponsor, by the way.
Then I'll show you how
Ad,
I
by the way.
assemble, finish, and test this one-of-a-kind PC. A big thank you to Intel and Creative Assembly for letting me work on this incredibly fun and challenging project. I hope you like it.
Oh, it looks so good, and I have some good news. Episode 1 is available now, and I have even better news. You can win this PC from DevBot's loving clutches. Head on over to pcgamer.com/Intel.
Bro, how the fuck are they gonna get that to anyone's house, man? It'll literally come in pieces.
Time to return to more PC
And it's
gaming
fucking
show
water
action.
cooled. You're gonna
With
snap a
the
pipe and
fantastic
fucking bleed everywhere.
Last year, Remnant from the Ashes challenged gamers to take on monstrous creatures in a post-apocalyptic world. Today, we're excited to announce the biggest update yet for the game.
Ooh.
Upcoming DLC that will conclude this
Hype, sir.
saga. The fate of humankind is at stake.
Look, dude, it's a
Time
patch.
to put an end to the root
DLC.
once and for all. This is the world reveal of Remnant from the Ashes, subject 2923, available August 20th on PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
Yeah, dude, I wanted to get this a while ago. We'll give it a crack sometime if it goes on sale again.
They say hope is what makes us human.
Because it's just like third person, like, but shooting Dark Souls.
Have another gate somewhere. Another hole we have to
But it's co-op as well, so I'm keen.
civilization. Maybe the root's not the only thing we need to worry about.
Oh, Divinity Original Sin 2. How much? Oh, bro, the Rat King. Yeah, dude, that's sick. Now we'll get that game for sure, dude.
Remnant from the Ashes content looks fantastic.
Oh, okay, it's not bad.
And you know what else is fantastic?
I mean, it's up to you if you want to get it, dude. It's fun.
Of strangers from the internet.
It's fun.
Nothing makes my day as much as hearing what's inside your mind.
If you played XCOM before and you like XCOM, you'll like
Whatever your
Divinity.
platform of preference may be, and you just might have your comment show up live on the show. Now, for our next title, we have to look at classic remasters. Capcom has been updating the original Resident Evil games, and in the same vein, 2K is now updating Mafia. The original Mafia trilogy is getting a full
Actually never played a
definitive
Mafia.
edition remaster, with the original game, the 2002 Mafia, getting a full ground-up remake with 4K support. We got a brand new trailer for you, so let's take a look at Lost Heaven 2 decades later.
Hey, Tommy. Detective Narvin. How long you been in town? 3 years.
Not actual gameplay, boys. Not actual gameplay.
They handed you the Morello case. Right out of the gate. That's what the paper says.
I heard good stuff about this game, though.
And what's it to you? Case must be getting pretty cold by now. Or you got something might warm it up? Yeah. I might have something. What do they call you, son?
Thomas Angelo, sir.
Man, DevBot, after a beautiful trailer like that, I gotta know, do you have any contacts in the Mafia?
Sean, I have left that life behind me.
Come on, bro. Oh, just show me the games, bro. Show me the games, man.
Well, fantastic. Let's ring them up, DevBot. Joining me to talk about Mafia is the president and CCO of Hangar 13. It is Hayden Blackman. Hayden, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So for people who haven't played the original Mafia, which is a 2002 release, talk to us about this game.
Mafia, the Definitive Edition, is a complete ground-up remake of Mafia from 2002, which is a seminal game that really launched the Mafia franchise. And in Mafia, you take on the role of Tommy Angelo, who is a cab driver.
All right, bro, I don't want to hear about this.
Falls in with the mob during the 1930s, actually during the height of Prohibition, in a city called Lost Heaven, which is...
Here we go. Next one.
Game.com.
Next one, boys. Next
For
one.
our next title, it's time to head on over to Frankie.
Sean, next up, it's one of those games that looks so pretty, we just had to show it to you. Ever wondered what Slay the Spire might be like with Tim Burton at the helm? Well, Road Lords...
Oh, I actually like Slay the Spire. It's a fucking good game.
It's been jointly developed by Cyanide and Leica Studio and sees you building a team from storybook psychos like Dracula, Bloody Mary, and Baron Samedi.
Already got it, dude.
Makes all the more sense when you realise you're being employed by the devil himself. A job that has my name written all over it. The game is out this October, and we've got a brand new gameplay trailer.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, down to play tonight. I was gonna play some Borderlands after this, but yeah, when you guys hop on, we'll play.
Development is moving forward, and we are very excited to share some in-game elements and combat mechanics for the very first time. Rogue Lords is a rogue-like game where you play as the devil. You have to build your team with legends of evil and lead them in runs through multiple events and fights. After a terrible defeat years ago, you're finally coming back with your most faithful disciples to wreak havoc and terror in a world unbalanced after your long absence.
Go next.
Combat is turn-based and strategic.
I don't mind this one, dude.
You build your set of skills through your run to be prepared for any threat. Analyze your enemy's next attacks and create combos to secure victory. Every skill costs action points.
It's a bit Resident Sleeper. I probably won't get it, but...
When one of your disciples becomes vulnerable, your own health bar is exposed, which is persistent during the entire run. If your health is reduced to 0, your run is finished.
Okay.
In Rogue Lords, you are the devil, so you don't have to play by the same rules as mortals. When the situation becomes tricky, you can use souls to play with the interface and change an enemy health bar, for example. This is an expensive trick to use, but very powerful and useful in the most difficult fights. Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for more info.
Well, that's fucking hacks, bro. You can just fucking zero their health. What the hell?
If you're a big fan of roguelikes, you know they're known for two things: procedurally generated worlds and permadeath. Our next game, Unexplored 2, puts an interesting twist on these ideas. What if your character's demise changed the game world itself, altering it for all of your future playthroughs? From developer Ludomotion and publisher Big Sugar, this is Unexplored 2, The Wayfarer's Legacy.
I fucking love roguelikes, bro.
To be the next Wayfarer. Will you answer? When tasked to take your place in a long line of heroes.
I don't know if this will... What's the combat like?
When challenged to forge your legacy out of strife, hardship, and magic.
Alright, so it looks like there's puzzles.
Victorious.
Fuck, actually looks pretty sick.
This is our world. It is your burden. From beyond the gate into the First Valley, there is no return. Will you be ready?
The latest update for Dauntless is the most ambitious chapter yet for this online free-to-play RPG. In Call of the Void, players unravel a mystery surrounding an ancient civilization, culminating in a showdown.
Dauntless? I don't know, did I play Dauntless like an hour and I didn't really enjoy it. I get it's like Monster Hunter and everything, yeah, but... I don't know. I feel like this game's fun if you're playing with mates, but it's kind of a bit Resident Sleeper if you're playing by yourself.
A colourful, breathing world that's full to the brim with life. Just don't go wandering around like Snow White. Wild, deadly beasts share this painted world with you, and you'll want to move carefully to avoid their bitey bits. Produced by a 3-person team out of Sweden, this project demonstrates the creative power of independent creators on PC.
The game looks good. I'll give that. What's that fire game? Fire something. Firewatch, I think it is. It looks like that. I haven't played Firewatch, but I saw a playthrough of it. Looks kind of like that. Same devs, maybe, or... Is it just like a chill sim game, or? Alright, what's this game? We're skipping through it, boys. I want to play some fucking games. I'm just skipping through the fucking middle bits. Voracious Games. Yeah, I gotta pass on. Sorry, boys.
Warriors that you then possess like a ghost. These are the mortal shells, and they're much more than mere pieces of
Oh, okay, this is the Dark Souls game. Dark Souls-like game. Souls-like game, sorry.
An identity might give you mixed feelings about the body you're occupying. Coming later this year exclusively to the Epic Games Store on PC, let's take a look at this gorgeous and brutal action game, Mortal Shell.
The game looked good, dude.
Scratched sigils on the walls. Counted the days.
I heard the combat seemed a bit though. Like it looked clunky. So we'll see.
Space, yearning for a glimpse of the unknown. PC gaming show. You seem different.
The consecrated fires revealed cinders and shadows. But beneath it all, no monsters, no gods, only oblivion.
The combat looks sick here. Combat looked alright there. I don't know. What? What is some gameplay? Because you never trust trailers like that, bro. They always make that shit look fucking better than what it actually is. I don't know. Bro, you're just fucking stun locking him. What is this? Oh, he's cheesing him. I mean, it looks alright, but... What's up with the freezing thing? So is he like, that's kind of like blocking in the game when you harden your shell? Is that what it's called, mortal shell zone? I'm very confused, dude. I don't know if Miyazaki would like this, dude. I don't know if Miyazaki would like this.
Typically on the P.
The fuck is going on? Valiant. Horror game? Oh no, it's just the intro. All these games look great, Cap. Dude, they fucking put him up, they don't even know he's memeing. What the fuck is this? Fucking PlayStation 1 looking ass. Fucking some OG horror game? What is this? Adventure game kind of thing? Fucking butthole, dude. What the hell? I'm so confused, man. What the actual fuck is going on? What the fuck, man? Shadow Man Remastered? I don't know, I've never heard of it. Is it like a really popular game back in the day?
I am on a first-name basis with our next guest, as he has been here at the PC Gaming Show 6 years running. From Tripwire Interactive, the president himself, it's John Gibson. Thanks so much for joining us, John.
Sean, it's my pleasure. I'm so excited to be back with you again to talk about so much cool stuff happening at Tripwire.
Yeah, you guys have been doing a lot of stuff, and I just want to kick
off. Wait, isn't Tripwire Dead Space?
Killing Floor 2.
So Killing Floor 2 just
no, Killing Floor.
Perilous Plunder Summer Update. It's got 4 new weapons: Blunderbuss, Glock 18, Kaboomstick, Tesla Launcher.
Oh shit, they got new guns?
Desolation, Space Pirate.
I actually love Killing Floor, dude. Killing Floor's sick, but no one else has it that I play with.
Until July 7th, and right now it's free on Steam for a week, so you can go play it.
I also have to ask about the follow-up to a game that was announced at the PC Gaming Show, Chivalry 2. Talk to me about Chivalry 2.
So we're working with Torn Banner Studios. We're publishing, Torn Banner's developing, and Chivalry 2 is coming along great. It's so fun. And we're excited to announce some big news, cross-play between the PC and the consoles, so you can hack and slash your console friends in Chivalry 2.
And last, a game that has been so popular on Twitch. Talk to me about Maneater.
Yeah, so we were so excited to get Maneater out the door. You know, we've shown it to you guys originally in 2018. We had all that
I watched Ella play that. It was fucking so good.
Shark Suit, which I'm kind of missing.
It's a bit repetitive, but
great.
Looked fun.
People are loving it. So much fan love, so many fan videos. We're just really happy to have it out there, and people eating lots of humans.
It's such a funny game too. You know, you've talked a little bit about what games, what has been announced from Tripwire Interactive.
Mhm.
What's coming up next for Tripwire?
So I wish we could come forward and announce an all-new game, and that would be great, but I can give you a few hints. So Chivalry 2, you know, is in process. It's going to be coming out in the not too distant future, hopefully. Maneater, we're taking the community feedback and we're looking at things that we can add to the game. So you haven't seen the last of Maneater. And Killing Floor 2, you know, the game came out in 2015. So we're really thinking about what's next for the Killing Floor franchise. So stay tuned.
Well, if history is any indicator,
Killing Floor
John,
3.
I'm sure I'll see you at next year's PC Gaming Show with those very updates. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Now, at this year's PC Gaming Show, we've already taken a look at some Epic Game Store exclusives. Mortal Shell in particular looks very promising. But for a sense of what else there is, let's take a look at this.
Just do quick fire games, please. Quick fire. Just show me the fucking games. Bang, bang, bang. One after another. Super Meat Boy. Skate. Some Valhalla. Godfall. Assassin's Creed. Okay. Are these all just fucking games that we've already seen?
From one of 3 classes.
What's this?
Behold, Blightbound, a cooperative dungeon
Ooh,
that
cooperative
tasks
dungeon
3
crawl.
heroes to venture down from their mountain refuge to face the abominations of the Blight, a mysterious and corrupting fog that enshrouds the land. Each player will choose a hero from one of 3 classes: warrior,
Forge Titan's might!
assassin,
Let me at him.
or mage.
My greatest power awaits.
Battle a terrifying horde of monstrous enemies and colossal bosses. Each class of heroes
This game looks like it could be fun.
plays a specific role on the team to overcome
Fun with the boys, but I don't know. Oh, it feels like one of those sale games, you know?
ultimate abilities to unleash massive damage. Battle through 3 distinct lands, each with several dungeons to conquer, including the eerie Gravemine, the oppressive Underhold, and the precarious Blood Ridge. Steel your nerves and prepare once again to enter the Blight Warrior.
Seems alright.
We've already featured a lot of exciting independent games here today, but in rapid fire succession, here are 8 more indie projects that we're excited about. Shadows of Doubt is a detective stealth game set in a fully simulated sci-fi noir city.
Bro, this game looks fucking weird. Weird. Alright, what do we got next?
Only to find it full of people, mysteries, and difficult moral choices. Explore an open world locked in time.
I'm just skipping a couple boys. They didn't really look that great from the thumbnail. But this game looked weird.
Trash Sailors is a survival co-op adventure game set in a dangerous, ruined world full of junk where you and friends must survive the Great Flood.
Is this a clay game? Dude, it's like fucking Raft. Dude, it's fucking Raft. Bro, that's fucking sick. It's like Raft, but actually better.
Chris Tales is an indie love letter to classic RPGs that lets you experience past, present, and future simultaneously.
Not interested, sorry boys. Hold on, this game seems big.
Weird West carries forth much of the same spirit of those first-person games laid out in a dark reimagining of the Wild West, filled with fantastical creatures. From Wolfeye Studios and Devolver, let's take a look at Weird West.
Devolver Digital did. Devolver do nice games.
The land of opportunity. A place where you can be a hero, scoundrel, and anything in between. This ain't quite the Wild West as you know it. There are ancient powers at war with each other. Strange entities lurking in the dead of night with their own rules and their own peculiar motives. Welcome to the Weird West.
Dishonored and Prey. What's the gameplay like? Combat. Show me the combat, dude! Come on, brother.
Coming out here could be the best thing that ever happened to you. If you can survive, that is.
Joining me to talk about Weird West is the president and creative director at Wolfeye Studios. It's Raf Colantonio. How's it going, Raf?
Just want to skip
Hi,
to some combat, guys.
Weird West is an action RPG that is set in
Action
an
RPG,
environment
okay.
that is called the Weird West, and it's very much of the kind of games that I've been working on in the past, except that the perspective is more like a isometric, top-down kind of view.
Yeah, I mean, we've referenced Prey and Dishonored, and we normally think of the immersive sim as first-person games like that. What happens when you try to translate that to that top-down isometric perspective?
There's not much different in the spirit. You will really find yourself at home.
It looks interesting, but
Character one for me.
It's the riskiest quest.
Was marriage to.
yeah, I'm not sure about
Our
that.
next
Looks
game
interesting
is
though.
a return to that simpler life. From XC Games, this is Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town.
Nah, it's like some weird
We're in the
shit.
home stretch of the
Oh, what's this? What the hell is this? Looks decent. Is this MMO though, or it looks multiplayer? Ah, New World. Okay, yeah. Ah, the Amazon game. Yeah, I see, I see. And what have we got here?
Basswood is many things. Peaceful tops that list. Until that day.
You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything. Coming back to Basswood was your idea.
Is this one of those like
Just try and make sure you don't do anything stupid.
like Until Dawn kind of games where you gotta like it's just story based with
You down there is hurt. You might be right.
I feel like it is. It's just basically a movie and you do quick time events.
At least you don't have to do it alone.
Twin Mirror.
You may have seen Metal Hellsinger announced earlier this week, and today we get the opportunity to take a closer look at this unique game that the studio bills as a rhythm FPS. Published by Funcom, you have to battle through 8 hells, blasting demons to a heavy metal soundtrack. And to talk about one of the most epic encounters in the game is the creative director at The Outsiders, David Goldfarb. Take it away, David.
Thanks. And let me say it's a pleasure to be here.
And I think right now everybody needs some games to give us a break from the reality that we're currently inhabiting. So that's why we're here now.
Oh, I've seen this. It's like a rhythm-based like Doom game. I don't know. It looked alright, but I don't know. Seems alright.
I appreciate your enthusiasm and thirst for
Surgeon Simulator. Okay. Do Surgeon Sim. Okay, okay.
joining us to talk.
Cooperative. So the game, this would be sick on the Switch. I don't know about PC. Do you know what I mean? I mean, PC could be fun with online and everything, but
yeah. So there is 12 operations in the game, and you will have seen a few of those in the trailer just now. Think of that facility as like a little bit like the original Surgeon Simulator, with a bit of kind of a mad scientist lab thrown in there.
No, fucking like rip his arm off.
Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory vibe. Like you're never really sure what's going to be around the next corner and what new twist or what dark machinery are going to come across next. So players are going to come across everything from like surgical vending machines, over-engineered operating theaters.
This could be fun though.
Patient dispensers.
I'd fucking play this.
My personal favourite, which is actually an improvised cannon, where you can actually fire limbs or organs and things across to your fellow surgeons on the other side of the room to keep operating on Bob.
Now, Mark, I understand that there is a creation tool in Surgeon Simulator 2. What does that entail?
Yeah, that's right. So in keeping with the variety and the surprise that we talked about before, in Surgeon Simulator 2, we're proud to announce that we are bringing the Bossa Labs creation mode to the game. Now, in creation mode, you as a solo player or in a group of up to 4 players can get stuck into the very same tools that we as designers and developers use to build our very own story mode. It's an easy to use, intuitive, friendly set of tools where it's...
Oh, that's cool. Add some replayability. It'd be cool if you could download other people's maps and
What are
stuff.
some of the examples of the types of levels, the types of creations that people have made?
That's a great question. So we've been live for the last few months already. The wealth and the variety of content made by players so far has been really, really incredible to see. So there's been everything in there from traditional takes on surgery, like the end of the original game. We've also got ghost ships in there. We've got bowling alleys. We've even got a take on the Surgeon Olympics, where people are bouncing around Bob's head and using that as a ball. And then we've got my personal favourite, which is the kind of the take on the bottle flip challenge. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but where you can kind of flip a bottle with the hand and kind of, it's not the easiest thing to do with the Surgeon Simulator hand, and you just kind of step back and see the physics chaos play out, and it's a lot of fun. It's very satisfying to see play
Seems
out.
cool.
Mark.
Place, searching for meaning and a way home. Let's check it out.
Another adventure game. Art style's cool. Bit Pepe hands, but oh no. It's Pepe hands, dude. The last campfire. Okay. Seems pretty cool, that one.
Escape from Tarkov has become one of the breakout successes of 2020, becoming a smash hit on Twitch as players fell in love with its extra gritty take on first-person shooters.
Yeah, not
War. And in this
not a big fan of Tarkov. I didn't play it, but it didn't like look like my type of game.
violence, you and your friends are human guinea pigs, involuntarily recruited to test advanced methods of brainwashing and mind control. Good times.
Is this Outlast?
But work together, and maybe you'll survive the Outlast trial.
Ooh, okay, this one's interesting. This is another one. This is one I'm keen on. I don't know about the whole co-op thing though. Co-op can sometimes ruin horror games. But we'll see, I guess. Jesus Christ. Monkeys. Ah, fuck.
Night vision device fully operational, sir.
Excellent. Bring in the other subjects.
He like drilled a fucking... Oh shit. Oh fuck, dude. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
And with that, the 2020 PC Gaming Show is now complete. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay.
You got the chance to.
Oh, that was a fucking longest video of my life, dude. But there are a couple games there that seemed right. A couple games there that seemed right. We'll have to wait and see though. Mortal Shell, I'm still iffy on. I don't know. I saw some footage yesterday of like it looking pretty clunky. Some people saying it looked a bit clunky, but the atmosphere looked really cool. Like the whole area that the game's based in looks really fucking like dark and gothic. I don't know if it'll live up to the Souls name though. I don't know. Games tend to do that. Like Souls-like games you can't ever compare. Like you get some games that are like, you know, FPS shooters and stuff where you can be like, oh, it plays like COD a little bit, or it's better than COD, it's this, that, blah, blah, or, you know, Battlefield or whatever. But whenever anyone says anything's like a Souls-like game, it's never a Souls-like game. It's always like a clone that's a bit dodgy, like a scuffed home brand version. Do you know what I mean? Like, it never hits the mark to a Souls-like game. That's why Dark Souls does so well. So, because they're like the only people that can pull it off. So I don't know about Mortal Shell. We'll have to see. And Outlast, again, I'm keen for Outlast, but I don't know if the whole cooperative thing is going to ruin the scariness of the game. But it looks cool. And I want to see if it's like before or after the events of the other games, that type of thing. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Seems interesting. Seems very interesting.